Welcome to another episode of Anime Splash. I'm Neil Trotter.
I'm Ricky Morris.
In Anime Splash, what we do is we watch the first 3 episodes of an anime, and then based off of those 3 episodes only, we decide whether or not we want to continue to watch the rest of the show. In this episode, we checked out this one. It's called Cuticle Detective Inaba. That's what it is. And now we're going to start off with a breakdown of the plot by Ricky.
Alright, so this one is actually a comedy anime. It's about this detective, Inaba, who is part wolf. He's part wolf. He's genetically engineered, and he's able to gather information by tasting hair, and he can actually gain different powers by eating different colored hair. And then you have this 16-year-old boy named Cade, and he's pretty much the straight man of the series. You know, he's the only serious character. And then you have the secretary Yuta, who's actually this cross-dressing boy. And there's other characters like a detective that Inaba used to work with called Ongino, and all of them, they're all the series focuses on trying to capture the head of the Italian mafia, who is named Don Valentino, who is actually a goat. And what Don Valentino wants to do is steal money, which he then eats, and then he throws up counterfeit bills. So, and the series pretty much focuses on the detective, trying to catch Don Valentino and, pretty much failing every time. But, he usually foils whatever Don Valentino's trying to plan for.
Alright, so let's get straight to the point. Ricky liked it. You would continue watching it?
Yeah. I got some laughs out of it. I got that interest. I liked it. All in all.
Okay.
It's not perfect, but still.
That's cool. I would not continue watching it. So let's talk about why that is. And really, it all boils down to it's just not my style, not my cup of tea. And if you watch several of the anime splashes, which most people watching probably haven't, you would know that I'm not particularly fond of this style of anime. In fact, this is the type of anime that I generally try to avoid. And then that's just my personal thing. But I just want to say I don't want to be like a biased, one-sided, closed-minded jerk. I just want to, because critically, I think the show is when you think about it on a critical level, there's not too many bad things about it. It's actually pretty good. It's just the style of comedy it uses just not my style. It didn't really laugh that much. Kind of was annoyed with a lot of it, but it's just not my thing. So let's talk about what is it. It's your typical anime comedy that uses all the anime tropes that you see in these kinds of shows. Overboard, just all over the place. So you talk about with the flashy backgrounds and they shout like that, and then just a lot of shouting. They like doing that. A lot of animal motifs. A lot of the characters to describe the situation, describe the emotion that they're in. They actually become like animals to metaphorically represent what they're feeling and things like that. Which it's kind of it's supposed to be funny. I didn't laugh that much. And they do a lot of references to Japanese history, which a lot of anime comedies do. I don't know Japanese history, so it doesn't make me laugh at all. But not that I was lost, but it's just not my cup of thing. And just the basic anime tropes that you see in all these comedies. And if you're into that, if you're into those type of comedies that this one has, You gotta love the show. I mean, there's not too much not to like if you're into that, because it gives you exactly what people that are into this type of stuff really like. I know several people that would go really gaga over this and would love it. I'm just not one of those people. Let's see. Now, it seemed to me, I might be wrong, that it's probably targeted toward little kids. And I'm talking, before teenage level. I'm saying. I remember Ricky brought up a point. He was saying that one of the guys, every time they make a joke, the guy always points it out as if we didn't know the joke. But I mean, he kind of points out the obvious all the time.
It's like the same reaction every time. It's like, he yells really loud, like, well, what are you doing? And it's just like, and it's like that's like one of the few things that kind of irritated me about this anime. Just one of the flaws I have with it is just, I get that that's the joke. He's the straight guy, and he's supposed to be reacting, but that's he does it every time. And it's it gets kind of old a little bit.
He gets tired or old. I mean, there was a lot of things I didn't find funny, but I was only afraid for him. But I think one of the other reasons why they do that is because they're assuming the audience is little, so they're trying to point out the joke just in case they missed it. That's what I think.
It's really obvious because it's a lot of visual gags. That's the problem I have with it. It's visual gags. You can see what the joke is. It's just there's no real reason to. But yeah.
If you watch Nickelodeon's children segment, Nick Jr., they do a lot of that all the time. They just point out the obvious because they assume little kids are stupid. Because I guess it is kind of like one of the tactics they use here. So I don't know. But see, this reminded me a lot of. I mean, you could definitely put this on a Saturday morning block.
Well, I mean, if they did that, they have to censor a little blood.
Yeah, which you can easily do, just change.
Well, one of the characters shoots the other character in the head multiple times.
Yeah, so I mean, they could just Photoshop that and make the blood blend in with the wall color, and then just take it. I mean, you could do that.
I don't know. Japan's just a lot more lax on censorship, though. So
that is true.
Yeah.
That is true. Yes, that is true. Yeah, that is true. So little kids can see all that stuff. Yeah. So, and then I think the reason why I say it's for little kids, I think, because the jokes are so obviously obvious that it's not very complicated humor. Which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you need an obvious laugh. That's cool. Sometimes you can get overly complex with the humor, but it's just not my cup of tea. I mean, it's not. I don't want to go too much into it because if I do, I'm going to start talking about my biased opinion as to why I think these kind of shows suck. And I know a lot of people don't feel that way. It's just my opinion. But yeah, I just want to watch it. But Ricky would. So I think that if you are into this type of comedy, then you're going to like it. And there's really not too many reasons why you wouldn't. And, I also know many people who are not into this kind of stuff. And they definitely would avoid it like the plague. It is really all up to your personal taste, I think. But in terms of critically, when you look at it from a critical perspective, it's not bad. Not bad. It's cool. And then the other thing that I really like is the show does a very good job. The first episode, which I like this about shows. The first episode basically breaks down the entire show. After you watch the first episode, the rest. What the show is about, what it has to offer, whether or not you're gonna like it. The information is there. It breaks it down very nicely, which I like. I'm not really a fan of shows where you watch maybe the first few episodes, 3, 4, 5, and you still don't know what the heck's going on. I'm laughing because there's this previous anime we got a lot of heat for. What is it called? I forgot what it was. It's about psychic kids.
Oh, from the world.
And if you watch the first episode, you're not gonna get exactly what the show is about.
Yeah, apparently things pick up a lot more after where we stopped. So
From what I hear, it's just a slow-paced anime, and you just have to accept that.
yeah.
But I'm just not a fan of slow-paced stuff. I'm really not, unless it's like, really exciting. So like, a lot of things are going on. So, but that was the one good thing I liked about the show. Other than that, I didn't like it. But it's not bad. So you might want to check it out. You might not. Who knows? Now, always feel free to comment on our YouTube. The little comments on the bottom. That's cool. It's very hard to offend me. It's just very difficult. If there is a nasty, rude, or even like very offensive, I usually just laugh at it and don't respond to it. So, I mean, if you want to do that, whatever, I don't really care. But if you have a critical comment and you want to have a nice discussion, I'm more than happy to talk to you there. So feel free. Don't be scared. I know most people aren't scared. They'll be like, this guy's an idiot. Here's why. That's cool. I love it. It's all good. Just let us know and talk to us. We're always good for some discussion. And we also got the Facebook. It's all on our links on the bottom of the description, as well as on at the very end of the video. So check that out too. But until next time, this is Anime Splash. We'll see you